Hello, daddies. What's up, everybody? I started that a little too early this time. My bad.
Way to go.
Welcome back to the Bad Dad Advice podcast. This episode is brought to you by our friends over at Physical Education, Jacksonville's best facility for personalized strength and conditioning programs. Over at PE Gym, their personal trainers work to improve your overall strength, mobility, speed, and explosiveness with tailored workouts to make sure every client gets the exact training they need. To reach their goals, visit... Oh, crap. I thought that was a period there. That's not a period. Okay, wait. To make sure every client gets the exact training they need to reach their goals. Visit www.phys-ed-jax.com for more details and to book your first appointment today.
Ridiculous.
That's what happens when you run out of breath.
This is called, you know what this is
During
called?
a read.
You know what this is called? What you sent me? This is called a run-on sentence.
Okay,
There's
great.
no periods.
Let's blame. That's why you ran out of breath. Is because the period.
Because I was trying to.
You're telling me that the punctuation got you.
Yes, that's how
If you had gone to PE to do a couple of workouts, you'd be okay.
The punctuation got you, not all the fruit punch you're drinking.
just reading about a gym gets me out of breath.
Dude, okay. I think we need to be honest with the audience here. We just had a great 8-minute start, ran out of batteries again. So we are doing it a second time, not because we chose to, but because we're terrible at planning and preparation and reading sentences.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I didn't mess it up the first time. Of course, I knew with this happening, I knew I was going to mess it up the next time. But whatever. We don't do retakes unless the batteries die. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. So today we are going to get back into our roots of giving a little bit of dad advice, and we're going to talk about some, or at least what we feel are essentials, right? Things that you need, necessities for being dads, and non-essentials, things that you don't need, maybe wastes of money. So before we get into that, let's get a couple updates. We'll start with Cardwell because I know he's got some news to share.
Yeah, so I finally took advantage of our sponsorship from our friends over at Physical Education. I was not expecting it to be as entertaining as it is. It is so much fun. They're actually fun workouts. I went over there for a fit test, which, as Robo likes to say, is just stretching, but it was hard, okay?
A lot of stretching.
It was hard stretching. And then I've been over there twice for workouts. I had one today, actually. And it's different from other gyms. It's not like a crazy CrossFit bullshit, like throwing your body around like a banshee. Like it's dynamic movements, but it's actually normal stuff. And you leave there feeling good and energy's high, music's playing. You got probably 6 or 7 people in there. The couple of times I've been in there, all doing the same types of stuff at their own pace. There's a couple of trainers in there. Adam and Travis have been phenomenal. And they've got a couple other people in there that help them out also.
And it's workouts for you, right? It's custom workouts that are tailored to you, not just here's the workout of the day on the board and everybody does the workout. This is for you as a like a personal trainer that's training you.
Yeah, correct. Now, the most impressive thing that I experienced while I was there was there's like 5 different circuits of workouts during the entire workout, and so all of us being ex-athletes have our own little things going on, like knee injuries, shoulder injuries, all kinds of different stuff. The most impressive thing was for every single exercise that we did, there were probably 3 or 4 different variations that they offered for any type of injury that you could be looking for. Like I was doing split squats today, and I got one of my knees is a little bit unstable, and he was like, well, easy. If you want to do this over here, if it's not feeling good, pop these things in here, and you can use this little hand stabilizers. It's not going to affect how much you're lifting or doing. It's just going to give you that stability. Or there's this option also. So it's pretty impressive, the different ways that they can get you through the entire workout. So I highly recommend, if you're in the Jacksonville area and looking for something, Physical Education, it's phenomenal. I could not be happier with it. I'm going to be going back every week as long as they'll have me until they kick me out or
Nice.
I don't know. I embarrassed.
Or they hear
somebody.
Abs' new ad read.
Yeah, dude, that was bad.
I really got to. I got to get in better shape. I can't even read. I can't even read
Can you
a
guys
paragraph without
read-
losing my breath.
Can you guys just read the ad? Like,
Yeah.
we're a sponsor. You haven't read it one time.
It's like
Oh,
we
actually, we did. Only the first time
When it
did
was
we read
Mine
it
was
right.
mine was great.
Yeah,
I-
Cardwell's was spot on.
I read it perfectly before the fucking batteries died.
Right. And speaking of that, so I already heard Cardwell's update, so it was much less entertaining the second time. Are you about to tell us that you guys are a couple weeks early due date? You're 38 weeks. Is that what you're going to tell us now?
Yeah,
Is that your update?
that was going to be my
Oh
update.
no way! That's
No
news
way.
to
That's
me.
crazy. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Tell us
Yeah.
again.
So we are at the point. Well, again, my wife, not me.
Robo was also 30.
Robo could pop any day.
Yeah, I'm looking to go any second here. My wife and I are at the point where our last doctor's appointment, they told us 38 weeks is the absolute longest that they would let her go. So we're looking at the week of October 30th to, I think it's like November 5th or something like that. So it'll be sometime in that time frame of what we're looking at as far as, hey, do we need to do a C-section? Do we need to induce labor? Whatever might come. If it happens earlier, so be it. But that's the absolute latest week that they'll let her go.
And that's about 6 weeks away from today. So everybody that's listening, we have about 6 more weeks of episodes. So 7 episodes from now, we'll call it quits.
No, I'll be okay.
Have you guys talked about have you picked an actual date that you're gonna the cutoff date, or it's just that week, and as we get closer, you'll kind of decide?
It's that week, and as we get a little closer, we'll make a definitive
What
kind
are,
of.
what are the thoughts on potential Halloween babies? You like
it's-
that? You hate that? How do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm not opposed or very for it doesn't matter to me at the end of the day.
I mean,
two
you'll be
healthy
happy to know.
babies is all I care about. So it doesn't.
Do you think that you're going to remain healthy over the next 6 weeks? Because it seems like we had a conversation on the phone earlier, and I could hear pregnant dragon breath over the phone, anger. By the way, our wives are probably done listening to these podcasts, right?
Not mine.
Mine?
Not yours.
Wait, you're saying
She's gonna hear that.
You're saying done. I don't think mine has started.
Yeah, right.
The only time
Yeah.
she listens to it is when I play it in the car while I'm driving, and she makes fun of me that I listen to myself. I'm like, no, I'm tricking you
You just
into
don't get it.
listening to me.
You just don't get
She
it.
doesn't. She just doesn't get it. She really
And let me clarify that Emily doesn't actually listen to the podcast. She only downloads it all the time just for
So it gets us a
download
view.
purposes.
It
Yeah, gets us a view.
Nice.
But every single clip that comes out on TikTok or Instagram, so don't make that a clip.
Don't clip dragon breath.
Don't clip Dragon Bro.
Yeah, no, she is. I can feel her I can feel how uncomfortable she is from over the phone, and she's 50 feet away. I can feel it.
She was actually I walked away from the living room and
Yeah.
went into the front bedroom of our house, and she was in the very back of the house in our bedroom, and she just heard me on the phone and was like, "Brian!" I was like, "Oh God!"
Yeah, the next 6 weeks are going to be very fun.
I will say something that we did not get on the first take. I do have an update. We got our test results back. Healthy baby.
Hey,
Healthy baby.
Healthy.
And her mom, I think she went through it, knows the gender.
Oh, shit.
So we're planning gender reveals.
Yeah. And
I know
it's-
the gender too.
Oh, you do? You do? What is it?
It's gonna be a girl.
Oh, predictions.
Oh,
First
predictions.
predictions.
They ain't no guess. That's what it's gonna be.
That's what's gonna be.
The funny thing is, I think we're planning our gender reveal as like a Halloween themed thing, Halloween weekend. So won't see you there, Robo.
Yeah, well, I won't be there.
But
Won't be there.
It'll be fun.
Unless you do it
Understandable.
on the 28th, which is that Saturday before.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll leave you a plate of food there just in case.
Make it 3.
Some candy. I'll leave you. I'll leave you a
Meat
handful.
before.
Yeah, I mean for 4.
Leave you a handful of candy corn.
All right. So what do you guys got going on? Anything
what do you got?
special?
I know the last few episodes I've been talking about some sleep regression that has gone down, and I think we kind of figured out what was going on. I thought it was teething. I thought it was daycare and getting sick and stuff. I think it was honestly she was sleeping in our room, and I'm sure I snore. I mean, I snore while I'm awake, so I'm sure I snore while I'm asleep too. So my snoring and I'm sure the dog gets up and walks around at night. His claws on the hardwood floor and stuff. So I think those sounds were waking her up, and like that's where she couldn't fall back asleep. So we have now put her in her own room. She sleeps in her own bedroom now, and pretty much almost every night has been getting through the night or only waking up like once through the night. So that's been really, really, really great.
So she wasn't sleep regressing. You were sleep regressing. She was like, can't
I
get any
was
fucking sleep.
I
around
was
here."
waking her up, and she was like, "What the hell? Like,
What
get
the hell
me-
is even that?
Like, what the hell is that sound? That guy sawing logs
Yeah.
at 2:00 in the morning in a bedroom?
We just crank up the white noise.
I've got it on pretty. I've got it on pretty loud. I've got, like, with the white noise machine, and I got the little floor fan that's kind of like white noise, and my sawing logs at night. It might be too much white noise for her.
It's funny because Ivy, my son, is still in our bedroom, and you can go, what is it, anywhere from 6 to 12 months, right? That's kind of the sweet spot to move them into their own room. Or I don't know if that's I just made that up, but I think somebody told me that. I read it in a book or something.
I bet you can find an article that says
You
that.
can probably read an article that says that. I know you can. But we didn't. What was funny is, I just met with some of my old buddies from high school, and one of my buddies' sons is in their own room sleeping, but they haven't started solid foods yet, and he's like right around the same age as Ivy. So it's interesting how you can see that like everybody kind of has like a little bit of a different path as they go. So nobody don't freak out, right? But there's always going to be like some other kid is walking and you're not walking, and then the other kid's eating solids and you're not. And so it's like, it's hard to be like, well, my son's just as advanced. Why doesn't he sleep in his own room? He's
some
a big boy.
Some kids pee the bed till they're 33.
Right.
I'm only 30.
Yeah, so I'll give my update. Today is my 1-year wedding anniversary.
You're legal.
So my legal wedding anniversary, and we're filming a podcast, so it will be my last anniversary probably. Now my wife's the best. She lets me do stupid stuff like this. She supports my dumb hobbies.
Yeah, so does mine.
All right. Well, that's good. That's good for updates. So we got a little game we're gonna play, right?
Yeah.
Switch it up.
Yeah, we got a little thing. It's going to basically lead the discussion for this episode, but we've got a nice little thing for you here. So let's listen to it.
It's time to play Overrated, Underrated.
You're ugly. You're disgusting. I'm going to kill you. Give me $200.
I loved every bit of that.
I had no idea that had sound when you sent that to me today.
Was that your voice saying,
Yes.
we're going to play
That was-
overrated, underrated?
That was my voice on the first section,
And then
that
Dr.
was
Phil.
good
Dr.
old
Phil. Yeah.
Dr. Phil.
All right.
Yeah,
so
that's funny.
so let's get into this thing. So basically, I've got a list of about 13 things here that were from best gifts or something like that from a baby website that's like things that are going to make your life so much easier. Like you're an idiot if you don't get them. And I'm going to go around the room and ask these guys overrated, underrated. So essential or non-essential.
Not me, because I don't know none of it.
I want to know if it's on your registry. That's what I want to
Okay.
know for
Yeah,
you.
I'll tell
Is
you.
it
Yeah.
on your registry?
Yeah, or if I've already gotten one, yeah.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
two, yeah.
All right. So number one, we've got a colic gas relief.
What in the hell is even that?
It's first of all, I'm pretty sure it's colic.
You talking about a cowlick?
No. Colic. So
My
it's
barber tells me I got 'em.
basically what this is a tool that it's basically like a little plungery thing that's used to help rid the baby of poop and gas.
Okay, so for those that have stuck with us for
That's
8,
the
for
Frida baby thing.
for
right?
those that have stuck with us for 8 episodes, we're finally going to get into the meat, the core, if you will, core of getting some actual dad advice here. That dumb as shit. You don't need it. You don't need it.
Don't
You
they?
need it.
Don't they come in that little package though? Like if you get like those baby Frida whatever they are that have like the nail clippers and this and that. There's like a supreme package that has it that comes with it.
I have.
So,
I
I got one.
That's like when you get DirecTV and it comes with
8,000 channels.
It comes with A&E and you're like, Nobody watches fucking A&E.
Exactly.
Right.
It's got 8,000 channels.
That's the
You watch
A&E
12
of DirecTV TV packages.
No, I will say I think it depends on the baby, because when Kennedy was born, she was very gassy early on, and babies struggle.
Shocker.
Babies just like her dad. Babies struggle to get that out. So I've definitely used that thing where it's like you have to like put it in their ass and
But you can you can do their legs and like.
I
move 'em.
and I did that, and I did the little bicycle things and push it, and she would fart every time. She was like a human fart machine. It was
Right.
hilarious. But sometimes even that wasn't enough. I mean, she was so fussy, and I had to use that thing, and it's like really funny. It's like you like as soon as you put it in, it's like all the gas comes out. Like it works.
Do they make adult versions?
It works. I'll tell you this. If you don't have a gassy baby, obviously you don't need it, and you don't know if your baby's gassy or not, but it does work. But be careful for when you take it out, the residual shit that follows it. Okay, shit doesn't come out when you put it in right away because it's got a shit stopper. I don't know how they built it, but it doesn't let the poop come out. But when you pull it out, it will fire out there.
So
Everybody knows girls don't poop, though.
Yeah, facts.
Mine does. My daughter does.
So we've got a mixed group there. So
Mixed bag.
it's situational, we'll say, for that one. Okay. Number 2, teething toy.
100% necessary. Yes, absolutely.
I think so. All right, I'll say this: yes, you need a teething toy, but do you need to buy a toy that is specialized in the teething magic? No,
Yeah,
they're going
did-
to chew on everything.
Didn't you say your kid was chewing on the bladeless fan at Disney?
Dude, he'll chew on. Just chew on whatever. You know?
Yeah, I would say strategically get a multi-use. So like a rubber or silicone toy that also has like
I think
maracas.
I don't think it's rubber. I think silicone is
Is
right.
it silicone? I don't know.
I don't know. Somebody,
it's like-
somebody
like-
Google it.
like-
Put it in the
Google that.
comments because
We-
I feel like if your kid's chewing on a truck tire, it's not great.
we have one that's like it's like that, but it's also like a little like shaker maraca kind of thing. So it's like a 2-in-1. But yeah.
I can see Abs just buying Kennedy like the Kong dog toys.
Yeah,
It's like,
true.
oh yeah, here, chew on this thing.
Dude, I'll tell you what. That's funny that you say that, because she like crawls around now, and I find her chewing on dog toys all the time.
All the
I'm like,
only
I got all
toy-
these fucking toys, and you want to chew the dog toy.
The only toy Ivy wants to play with is the dog ball toy.
Yeah.
And it smells like beef jerky. And he's like, nom, 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 nom.
At least you know Ivy's not going to be a vegetarian.
Dude, this kid is it's like, could you not? You could literally chew on anything else. Just not the thing that's got dog hair and slobber and it smells like a dog bowl. Please, no. Please don't do that.
All right.
But I also let me go back on that. So I also have a thing too that it goes in the freezer that she chews on too when it's like, but I only bust that out when I
That's-
really know.
You know what you
That's what I was about to ask. Is how important is it to put those kind of teething toys into the fridge or freezer? Do they care? Do they?
No.
we like it's
They don't
like
complain.
no, they don't know.
Yeah,
and
they
it's
don't know.
like it only comes out every now and then.
a little life hack, a little 5-minute crafts. Just buy one of those ice pops and let him chew on that. Like the ice pops in the long tubes that you used to get as a
Oh,
kid.
yeah,
and
yeah.
it cuts the side of your mouth. Just let him
Yeah.
chew on that.
So it cuts the side of
Just
their
not
mouth.
not the boozy ones
It
that
won't.
Abs has.
It won't. I have the boozy ones.
Yo, those things are good.
They were good.
Not the boozy.
They're at Target. They're so good. So you let it cut their mouth.
No, I mean
Builds character.
Yeah, whatever.
That's be like guess how I got these scars.
Right.
Little Joker.
He likes Batman.
I love that.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so big yes on that one. So the next one, I'm gonna straight up say I don't even have a kid yet, but I am in the medical profession, so big yes on this one. The de-choker.
I just
Is
got
that like
one.
a you?
That's
like a
sucks it
plunger.
out?
It's
Yeah,
like a
it's like a
plunger. for
plunger
the
for
throat.
the
the
face.
yeah. So it comes as like
Mm-hmm.
a valve mask. It comes around everything like that, and then it's like a reverse, it's like
Yeah.
a plunger thing that just sucks everything out. These things are incredible.
Yeah, we have one, and it's. I would say you never want to have to use it, but it's probably great to have the piece of.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
it's one of those better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
especially
kind of things.
especially once you start solid. So I mean, do you need it before they're born? No, but once you start making the transition into solids, for sure.
Right.
Yes.
You definitely don't need it before they're born, unless you're hawking down
I mean,
chicken wings.
do you need it?
I'm about to
get-
crush. I'm about to
Okay.
crush some chicken wings
You
here.
I mean, I guess you don't need.
Give the child sucker choker.
It actually, we just got one. It has a kid mask and an adult mask too.
yeah,
So,
safe.
so everybody's safer in my house now that I have
That's
one.
good.
All right. So the next thing I got on here is a stick-on bottle holder. So basically, these things have like a little suction cup thing, and they stick on, and then it basically holds the bottle in place, so that you do not have to hold the bottle yourself.
You need
What-
that. You need that if you have no hands.
What? Yeah, if you're handless,
If you're
Joe
a dad
Jack-
with no hands, you need that.
if you're handless Joe Jackson
Or
you
two
need it.
kids.
Listen,
Nope.
listen.
What,
This thing.
so what does it do? It sticks where?
So it sticks like on like
Like
the
the
table
high
side,
chair or
and
table,
then
yeah.
basically it holds the bottle like the microphone. Imagine this is a baby bottle, and it just holds it right there, and then the baby just sticks his face into it.
So am I
Like
just
a-
like holding
like a
my
ger-
kid up against a wall?
No, it's
to
like
let
what?
me eat, like-
No, it's like I think it's like while they're sitting in the high chair, like sticks to the tabletop of the high chair.
Yeah.
It's basically like a gerbil feeder.
No.
You know how the gerbil licks the little water thing? It's kind of like that, I think.
I couldn't.
kinda.
I couldn't be more on the that is overrated boat than I couldn't be possibly.
This
No-
thing,
no
this
shot.
thing
That-
was
For a couple reasons. Here's a couple reasons. One is you can hold it. Two is you want them to eventually hold it. Three is they're gonna look like they got no brain cells.
Well, plus you can
they're
only.
gonna be.
They're gonna
be-
look like gerbils.
They're gonna be hungry and they're gonna they're gonna go be a daycare. They're gonna crawl against the wall and start sucking on a light. Start sucking on a light fixture. And they'll be like, "I'm hungry." Like, what is this kid doing?
The one thing that you said that makes a lot of sense is it's dumb because you want to develop that tactile
yeah.
function of the brain.
The tangent to that is like, so if you go out, if you're somebody that goes out to eat, we have like this little pack of things that is a tray that you can put down, and then there is a bottle holder ring that you can strap onto the high chair so that when he drops the bottle or she drops the bottle, it doesn't fall on the floor. That's good.
Yeah, we have one.
So
of
like
those.
a little ring so that it doesn't go flying, and then you can attach, like a leash for the bottle. You can attach the leash to something. That is good because you can use it for whatever. If they fling it, if they do whatever, it's fine, and they can work on their hand-eye coordination, and they're not like sticking their face against a wall trying to eat a bottle.
Yeah, we have a thing like that too, where like it like suctions to the table, and then it has little strings or whatever that you can tie to
the strings
toys.
the strings are good.
So when they drop their toy off the table, it doesn't fall on the
Yeah.
floor.
The other stuff is all kind of wishy-washy, but the bottle leash, I'll call it, is pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. This seemed weird, but it was number 4 on their list, which seems crazy to me. The next one on here, you guys are going to love because we've already had this conversation several times. Formula Keurig.
You have like 3 of them.
I-
How many-
I have one.
I do have one. We have it specifically because it's twins. We don't know how much milk my wife's going to produce, if it's going to be enough, what it might, any of that kind of. So like, I'd rather be prepared for that situation, which is the only, like, I may never use it. You know what I mean? Like, everything might be fine. We might be good to go. But if it's not, I'm prepared for that scenario.
Do these things come with Formula K cups?
no.
No, it's like it's called a formula Keurig, but it's basically like it looks like a coffee maker. You just scoop a bunch of formula into it, and then
that
it
makes
makes
more
it.
sense.
Right.
You
It's
put in,
definitely
like, how
not
many
called. It's
ounces you
definitely
want.
not called a Formula Keurig. By the
Yeah,
way.
yeah, it's not.
It's
Called,
probably called like an
I just made that name up.
automatic formula maker.
Yeah,
But,
I
like,
made up the formula Keurig.
It's
name.
called a Formula Nespresso.
No, I have one. I got it for free. Somebody had it and wasn't using it anymore, and so they gave it to us. I've never used it. We've just been fortunate enough to not have to use.
How hard
Have to
could
use
it be
formula.
to like mix formula?
Well, it's like how hard is it
It's-
to make a protein shake?
It's not.
Right.
We got it specifically because with 2 kids, it's like, okay, both of them are freaking crying. If
quicker.
both of them are crying, it's like, all right, yeah, just do the thing. You
But
do
then
your
you-
thing, and then I'm ready to go.
Right, but then you got to clean it. Like it's like creating a whole new problem that you didn't have before
you
the
have to
Formula
clean it?
Keurig.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
mean,
have to clean
what?
it? What?
I don't know. I mean, the formula is in one compartment and the water's in another compartment, and it.
Do you not clean your actual Keurig?
I do not.
I mean, yeah, but it's like
You probably should
yes,
do that.
Yes, I clean it, but I just run a water cycle. I'm not like sponging it. What do you do to clean your Keurig? I have an espresso, by the way, but we'll call it. We'll do the same thing.
that
I don't
was
even
funny.
fucking drink coffee, but I clean it sometimes.
Yeah, so you have to clean it. What do you mean?
But I just like run it one time with no coffee in it. So it's not like you're not like cleaning it. You're not taking it apart and cleaning the pieces. You're like, wipe out the water holder and put fresh water in it and then run one cycle.
Right. If you don't use it, then you don't
lose it.
Then you
Exactly.
don't. Then you don't clean it at all.
Right. I don't use it.
So you've created a whole. Here's what I'm saying. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it'll be like the greatest thing ever. We didn't use it because we didn't go formula route as much. But I would say, from my perspective, the less things you have to wash, the better. So
That's
like,
big.
Gotcha.
I'll give like that piece of advice. There is like, all the fancy whatever things is like, it's all great until it comes time to like wash them. So the little, what's the thing that goes in that like aerates the bottle in the bottle?
Yeah, I have that.
That thing?
The
we
Dr.
don't-
Brown's thing.
As soon as I was like, that is a thing I got to wash every time. No, get it out. And Megan's like, can we just get rid of it? I'm like, I don't know, but I'm going to do it. Cause like he's going to eat the thing, whether it's got a little Dr. Brown's nozzle.
I don't even know what it does, but I use it. I don't know what it does.
I don't know. I don't want to wash it.
That's
Eliminate the washing as much
only
as you can.
the only way that I would say that that's necessary, and if you decide that you love it, I have another one. You can have it. So if you need two, I have one for each kid. They can have their own.
Well,
they
like,
can,
we're
they can start
hoping to
making
not
their
have
own
to-
damn
You
formula.
just make a
Yeah,
pot. You
we're-
just make a pot in the morning. It'll last all day.
Yeah.
We're hoping to not have to go the formula route in general.
The
so.
the only way where I would say that is a necessity is when you're done using it for formula, you can start using it for like hot chocolate or some lemonade or something. Like right, you put the lemonade powder and it mixes it with the water for you. Like that would be cool.
Abs just has his filled
or-
with blue Gatorade all the time.
Right. Oh yeah, you have like the Gatorade, but that would be cool.
Hot Kool-Aid.
Or like some protein powder. Like if it becomes a dad thing now. Like I mean, maybe.
What do I need protein powder for? I'm
Well,
not going
like-
to PE.
Some people drink protein shakes, but I just drink them for the taste.
Good.
What are you drinking?
I just
I'm
drink
drinking, I'm drinking 800 calories of protein.
I'm just drinking a muscle milk. Would you work out today? No.
No, it's just like chocolate milk, but makes me feel good.
It looks so good.
Makes me feel less guilty.
All right. So that one sounds like a situational at best, maybe slightly overrated.
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you either way.
You definitely don't need it,
Yeah.
but maybe it'll. You can speak on this in
7 weeks.
7
Yeah.
weeks.
All right. So
Let us know.
the next one on here is travel bassinet.
Travel bassinet is a yes because they have to sleep.
So,
So,
is
like
is
a
a
travel-
travel bassinet like
As
the
opposed
bassinet
to a-
that just like clips into the stroller? Like
As
that
opposed
kinda?
to a pack and play.
Well, okay, maybe I'm saying a pack and play. I say just go pack and play.
Pack and play for sure. Like bassinet, no.
Yeah, I would say
Because
go,
the bassinet they'll grow out of the pack and play. They can sleep in a pack and play.
Yeah.
yeah.
They don't. You don't need an additional bassinet for travel.
And you could probably just bring the bassinet for your stroller if you're like,
If it
I
has
just
one,
want a
yes.
small little bassinet.
Yeah.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yep.
Easy.
That one seemed a little weird to me.
Overrated.
Overrated.
Easy. Overrated.
Save your money, people.
All right. Next one, real simple. I think you're gonna like this one. Booger tool.
Yep. Underrated. That is a tool you're
The
going to
snot
use.
sucker.
Snot Sucker 3000.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Gotta
have
it.
I have like 3 different variations of snot sucker. I got them like the manual one that you do with your actual mouth, which is
Wait, what?
you've never used that one. You have an electric one.
No, I just have a little bulb that goes.
Oh no, I have the bulb, and then I also have like an electric like booger vacuum that goes in her nose, and then I also this one's the best, and I recommend anybody to get this one. It's like literally a booger straw, and it's this thing you put it in their nose, and it's got a straw attached to it, and you suck it, and you're literally sucking boogers out of their nose.
That's
but
not
it's
fun?
but it's got a filter on it, like you don't suck boogers in your mouth.
That's my worst nightmare.
Yeah, no.
what
Dude.
you just said.
Yeah,
Let me tell you something.
dude.
Them boogers get full. Them noses get full of
So
boogers.
here's
I
what
mean,
I'll-
I
you
kind of had
need
a
the snot
feeling.
sucker more than the bulb.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling that Trey was going to say underrated because I remember when Ivy first went to daycare, there was like a 2-month period where I don't think his nose stopped running. Like
Boogers
every
everywhere.
time I was over here,
Mm-hmm.
his nose was running. I'm like, oh my god, how much snot is in this kid? He's this big.
Yeah. No, they become snot machines when they're in daycare, when they first hit that age where they're interacting with
Yeah.
like the world. I would say you mentioned an electric snot sucker. I would say in general, anything that doesn't have to be electric, don't make it electric because it's just another thing you got to do. Change batteries, charge it, whatever. Here's how easy it is to do a snot sucker. Ready? That's it.
We're
That's
all,
as,
we're all not good at changing batteries.
The electric
we're not going to
of the three, the electric snot sucker is the
soon.
hardest to use too. The electric snot sucker is hard because you're like, she's like moving because it's like shoving a vacuum up her nose. Like I'm sure it's uncomfortable. But I think the straw one is the best in my opinion.
Yeah, that just
I think the straw
that does
works.
not sound healthy. Having
I've
a
never used the straw
vacuum-powered-
one. I've never used the straw one, but I will say that like anything that gets the snot out, as a parent, you're like just whatever gets it out is like the thing I got to get it out. I gotta
Yeah,
get
give
it
me
out.
something just to get it out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I figured that was going to be super underrated. I mean, yeah, underrated. So the next one, this seems stupid. Automatic stroller rocker.
What?
Stroller?
Yeah,
Like a thing that just like pushes the stroller back and forth a little bit.
yeah.
It's called my wife. I already got one.
Married
She's
one.
gonna love that.
She don't listen.
She doesn't watch.
Please clip that.
Oh, you know what's happening.
Unnecessary, completely unnecessary. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. But somebody's a millionaire because they came up with that.
Yeah, like what else? Like there are so many things that move your baby 3 inches one way and 3 inches another way that like that one seems ridiculous. But if that's the only thing you have that moves your baby 3 inches one way and 3 inches another way to soothe them, then it's okay. But usually people have swings and bouncers and everything, like a million other things that will move them a little bit. That's all they want. They just want to be moved a little bit.
That's one thing that as we were going through the whole registry process, and I didn't really look over the registry. I just told him, I said, put whatever you think is necessary on there. Like ask your friends, ask people, like, do whatever you think. We have so many different contraptions.
Yeah.
And not just that, like she put 2 of everything on there where like, to my point, I was like, just put 1 of everything. And if they like that one, because like, what if we have 2 of the Mama-Roo things, for example? Dude, those things are like $400. We got 2 of them.
The Mama-Roo
And
is
I'm like,
back and forth.
It has like 8 different settings that'll
Yeah, it can do like a figure eight.
Yeah, it can do a
thing.
figure eight. They're Bluetooth
What's this,
now.
like a fucking roller coaster? What is this thing?
Basically, yeah, it has like a little base, and then there's a little spot to put the baby in, and then you press one of the buttons, like whatever motion you want them to have, and there's a bunch of different motions that it makes, and whichever one puts them to sleep, keep it on that one.
and I'll go.
You're never even going to try all of them.
Does it work
You'll
on
never
bunk
try
bed strollers?
bunk bed strollers?
And I'll say this, right, is if you can avoid that one and just use like a baby Bjorn bouncer thing,
So-
like that's even better because again, if it doesn't have to be plugged in and it doesn't have to have
Yes.
batteries, it's gonna
And
trump.
the bouncer travels really well too.
And but like to that point of like, now we have 2 Mama-Roos, we have 2 baby Bjorns, we had 2 of those big Graco swings that are this big.
Right.
I'm like, just put 1 of them on there, and then if they like that one, we'll just buy another
But
one.
they're gonna people go, well, what if they get bored? I'm like, they're not gonna get bored,
And
you're
they're
gonna
not-
find the one
and
thing,
they're not
and then
gonna
they're
tell
gonna
you-
be okay with it,
And they're not going to tell you they're bored.
right?
Like,
And usually they're not bored. Usually they shit themselves.
yeah.
That's why you need to take them.
That's
out,
why you gotta
because
get
they
'em out
shit
of it.
Same
themselves.
for me.
Yeah.
Same. I'm never bored. I just shit myself. And then I go,
Well, you look kind of bored. Nah,
Just
the
shit.
other thing.
yeah, that's my problem too.
All right. So the next one. So that was all a tangent off stroller rockers, right?
Yeah.
The
All
what?
right. So the next one is baby earmuffs for being out in public.
Like when I curse, the baby doesn't hear me.
I guess
Earmuffs.
Baby earmuffs.
I guess for being overstimulated out in public.
Like if you go to like a concert or something, like,
Yeah.
I guess for me it's like I'm not like
Taking your kid to Aerosmith.
like, I'm not taking my
gotta take your kid to
7-month-old to a Guns N' Roses concert, but like, I could see it. Like I know like people with the like you go to a baseball game and they have fireworks at the end or stuff like that. Like that stuff does get loud, but I think that's kind of a
Situational.
first time it happens, the baby goes crazy. Okay, moving forward, we should get headphones. But I would not.
I would
hope.
say
I still
moving
don't-
forward, we're just not going to do that thing.
Right,
Right,
just don't
right,
go to
right.
loud things.
Yeah, just don't go to loud things.
Or how about this? Put your hands over their ears. There you go.
You're a big do-it-yourself guy.
What do you mean,
You
like-
just don't get it.
You know,
Like, am I gonna sit through like a really loud concert for like hours and it's like, oh, this is annoying, or is it gonna be like a burst of loudness and I'm gonna? But what are you doing with your child? If you're somebody that needs to like go do loud things, get a babysitter, please. Like, just
agree
get a
with that.
babysitter.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Like,
I agree with that.
What are you doing? You don't need baby earmuffs.
And if your baby needs earmuffs in a small restaurant, you probably need to get the baby out more.
Yeah. There's also like a little bit of a learning curve, for babies. They got to get used to
Yeah.
the world. But like, baby earmuffs. I mean, Jeez.
Okay,
It's
so
going to lower decibel area.
I thought that was going to be an underrated, but I was wrong. Overrated for sure.
You thought that we were gonna go, yup, earmuffs.
Yeah, get your baby some Beats. Like that's what you thought we were gonna say.
Yeah, we'd be beaten. I don't know.
We need some baby Beats.
Okay, so the next one, we've talked about this, stroller fan.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah.
So unbelievably.
I'd get two.
underrated.
I don't even have a kid yet, and I knew that like having a stroller fan or just like a portable fan in general, because like I look at it in terms of like my truck. Like I go to get into my truck and my vents in the back seat are down here. Not gonna be on the baby. They're gonna be hot. They're just gonna be yelling the whole time. So like,
sure.
gotta have some type of portable fan. I'm sure.
And like, I think the more variety of fan, probably the better, because it's like you don't know what they're gonna want to like. So like, I like the bladeless because they can chew on them, but then you also probably want one that's like, I don't know, one you can put on the stroller, so you can mount it on the stroller, and there's different varieties of that.
Yeah.
But the reason you want a couple of them is they're gonna die pretty quick. You know, and like in the winter, it's like you can just add layers of clothing and a blanket and whatever. But in the summer, when they're hot, like there's nothing else but a fan. If they're in a stroller or in a car seat or in an area where they have to be like restrained and they are hot, they're just gonna scream and scream and scream and scream and scream. So you have to get something. So a fan to me is like a very underrated tool.
Yeah, but the other thing too is like I would look. So we actually we had the one fan that had has like the octopus arms, right?
Yeah.
And that thing is a bitch to clamp onto things.
Yeah, it's not
like
good.
like
Yeah.
get one that has an actual like pinch clamp thing, right? Like
Yeah.
it opens up. And so because we actually ended up going to Home Depot and getting like a Ryobi one.
Yeah.
With the interchange, like a little like USB charged battery. So I bought the fan, came with a battery, bought another battery. So like
Yeah.
when I'm
That's
out,
the other thing. You don't need
I
to
can
get
change
it.
it
It
out.
doesn't need to be a baby thing.
yes,
And
It
yeah,
just needs
and
to be
like,
a fan.
when
right.
we were
and I use it for myself.
When
But,
we were
but
doing
hold
the-
on. A
Go ahead.
Ryobi one, the only thing to consider there is like if they stick their fingers in it, no bueno. So be careful.
It's pretty. It's.
Ryobi.
I mean, I think she.
Yeah.
If she really,
Be careful.
if she really wanted to, she could probably get her fingers in there. But
3
she
weeks.
hasn't- she hasn't
3 weeks
wanted-
from now, my baby
So-
lost her pointer finger.
my baby only has 9 fingers. Update.
So when we were doing the registry thing, like fans was definitely a big thing that we wanted to make sure we had on there. I think at one point we had like 8 different styles of fan on there.
Yeah.
And we had the octopus arm
Yeah,
one.
get rid of that
and,
one.
And I told Emily, I said, yeah, get that thing off, because when I used to have my GoPro, it came with one of those like octopus things.
it's
Like, oh yeah, you can clamp it onto anything. It doesn't clamp onto anything.
Right.
Well,
Anything
it's like you gotta get it
universal.
so-
it
you have to
just
get
means
it
doesn't-
so tight. Like
Yeah.
It like if you don't have it on perfectly, especially like on the on the car seats and stuff, like it slides or it you hit one bump and all of a sudden it like
Yeah.
tips
Or-
over
or
and now it
falls right onto your baby's
right.
face.
And so it's like it just doesn't work. Like get one with a strong clamp that like
Yeah.
is not moving.
Here's a question though. So like we were talking about like babies getting hot and things like that. Do they make a car seat that is like breathable? Because I assume that's where babies most of the time end up getting overheated and super hot, is like on their back. Do they make like a breathable? So like the Baby Bjorn, for example, like they sell those different covers. And there's one cover that's like breathable through the back, so like they can feel the wind on their back and whatever. And then they have other ones that are, more of like a material.
Yeah.
Do they make like a breathable type car seat
I think most car seats are made to be breathable, but like
to a certain extent?
the more expensive brands are probably doing a better job of it.
I'm sure they all say the material is cooling material
Yeah.
or whatever, but it's not like right what you're saying is like the Baby Bjorn is like mesh in the back.
Yeah.
So, well, it's like there's
probably not a
whole
safe
there's
car
a whole
seat.
there's a whole contraption in the
Yeah.
back that like
Yeah.
is blocking the air. I saw a
Yeah,
thing
do they
one
make
time.
baby hammocks? I could just
You
throw my
want-
kid in a hammock in the back and let him.
You want to talk about something unnecessary? And Janie sent this to me one time, and I was like, "We are not freaking getting that." And it was like, you ever seen like the air conditioning phone mount thing, where it's like your phone holder like sticks into the AC. Well, this was like a thing that stuck onto the air conditioning, like covered your whole air conditioning vent, and then had a hose that would reach all the way to the back seat of the truck or the car or whatever, and you could basically like point air directly at the baby. And I was like, that's a fan. That's what a fan does.
You know those things were made for your nuts, right?
I'm like that's what the fan does. Why do I need a hose?
You know those things were made for your nuts.
Yeah.
Like they were.
Like you get some air, like, up your-
you just
up
like
your-
stick it
up
right in the
your
side of your
shorts while you're
yeah.
driving?
Yeah.
Baby
That's-
nut fans.
That's
Yeah.
funny. Yeah. So fans, big.
Oh,
big
yeah, for
good.
sure.
Yeah.
So let's get through a couple more of these. Let's do the food catching bib.
Yes.
No,
What do you mean? You just do regular bib, not a food catcher?
I don't even do a bib. What do you just get it on their clothes?
Are they eating solid foods?
Yeah.
Like
But, like-
spaghetti and meatballs and kind of stuff?
No, I mean she's still more like purees and stuff. Like she's
Okay,
not
well-
eating puffs and stuff.
Well,
yet, but, like,
once you get to solid foods like puffs and spaghetti and meatballs and whatever, I love it. The food catcher's great because they eat and then they drops in. They go, here's seconds.
Or
Like,
it's
you're
a snack,
like, you're
or it's
like-
a snack for you.
like
That
you're
makes
like
sense.
you're pouring it out. You're pouring it out and saying, "Here, eat this now." Like,
Like
you're
eat it again if it's not like
Oh,
unless it's like a little whatever. But you'll see when you start giving them like, whatever. Cucumbers or something. They're just like dropping them all. Put it
I mean,
in
my
their mouth,
problem is like
immediately spit it out.
My problem right now is she is like, we have those little like teether snacks and things like that. So she is eating like some solids, but she's not dropping it on her shirt. She's throwing it to the fucking dog.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like the bib doesn't catch it when they throw it because it's funny to
Right.
watch the dog eat
Yeah,
it.
if you get a food catching bib and a dog, you're covered.
I just have the dog. It's great. I don't
Yeah.
clean up anything. That part's
Okay,
fine.
so 50-50. It sounds like
dog,
a preference.
100% necessity. Get a dog.
But like also like because you'll take your food, you can take that bib to like when you go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
too. So.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But you don't need it for the first 6 months. So
Fair enough. We're gonna go to a Wi-Fi baby monitor.
I have the what is the one we
I
have?
don't know what it's
optic
called.
something optic.
Yeah, infant optic,
Infant
maybe?
optic is what we got, and it's
Yep.
on its own network. It's not Wi-Fi. I prefer the own network thing, so I don't have to worry about like getting on Wi-Fi. Whatever, you just plug it in wherever you go. You travel with it. It's easy. It's you know it's going to work instantly. And then if it was like I've seen people that just like put one parent's phone in the room and then like FaceTime them and like let them nap when they're on like a trip or something. So like that's like a life hack also that you could do. But I'm against the Wi-Fi. I like my own network of like a
'cause
separate network.
You go to a hotel or something, I would assume that like having to run it off of their Wi-Fi, which is never trustworthy anyway,
Right.
is like you don't want to run into that situation
I've
where
heard-
you
I've
can't
heard,
connect it.
Let me stop you there for a second. Like I get like if you're in a hotel room where like you're in a suite and they're in a separate
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
Because I was about to say like
Not like I
I'm
bought them
not-
their own
like,
room.
I'm not leaving my baby in a hotel room and going down to the bar and like it's like no, it's like no, she's upstairs like room 8103. It's like I got the monitor. Like don't worry, I'll see you if you go in there.
So that's the other. So I had friends in town that we were all hanging out together, and we had the baby monitor in the not Wi-Fi enabled, and we were kind of like walking a little bit out of range, and it was like that's kind of inconvenient. I wish I could go a little bit further. So in certain instances, it'd be like, hey, maybe it's nice because you can extend the range a little bit. But like in my house, which I put my baby in the bedroom, which is very far away, and I'm all the way up here, second story, very far away. Put the little antenna up, and it's fine. Like
Yeah.
you're stretching it, but like 99% of people are not going to be that far away from their baby that they're like, oh, I just want this Wi-Fi enabled one so that I
Yeah.
can be 300 yards away or whatever you're trying to do.
So I was thinking more of like I said hotel. I meant like you go out of town for a vacation. You're in like an Airbnb,
Yeah.
like something like that. You don't want to have to worry about hoping that their Wi-Fi connection is good enough.
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think the other thing too is right. It's like it's a pain in the ass to have to connect to the Wi-Fi like that. Like if you go
Yeah.
somewhere, like the other ones, like we have one that we travel with. Like we actually have three. I don't know why we have three, but people just gave us them, and we have three.
take
So we have one that we travel with, one that was in our bedroom, like when she was napping in there, and then one that's in her room. So, but it's really easy to go and just plug in, and you're good. The other thing too is that I've read is like people can hack into the Wi-Fi ones and like
Yeah.
and like watch your baby, and it's
Yeah.
like that. So it's like I think that was like honestly the main reason why we didn't get a Wi-Fi one was for that specifically. And the other one, like you said, like I've never been trying to be somewhere that's like so far away. Like I can't walk to my mailbox with the baby monitor; it won't work. But like, you know, if I and my mailbox is not at the end of my driveway, so like I probably could walk to the end of my driveway. I guess I should explain that to people. But you know, I've never been far enough away where I'm like, oh
Yeah.
damn, I really wish
Yeah.
the monitor worked
Yeah.
here. You know?
Yeah.
So monitor, yes. Wi-Fi, I think that's the worst of the two options.
Yes. I
Okay,
agree.
perfect. All right, so let's do one more. Let's do electric bottle washers.
This guy over here.
I actually Janie got one day.
Love that.
Janie got one, but not because it was electric. I think it was more because the manual ones, it was like the sponge with the little bristle brushes. It like we were going through them so quick because like we washed
Were
them.
you using them to wash your dishes too?
No, but like she's like aggressively
It's not a scrub daddy.
She aggressively washes those bottles. But like but she got the electric one because it had like a rubber like head and she thought it would last longer. But it didn't work. It was like not strong, like if you put it in the bottle, it wasn't strong enough to actually spin. So like when you're holding it like this, it spins perfectly.
That's like the
when you put it in the
worst.
bottle, it doesn't
So it
spin.
literally spins when you don't want it to, and it gets water everywhere. And then when you put it in, it goes, doesn't work. Great.
Yeah.
It's like the absolute worst possible time to spin. It spins.
So we actually just
no,
got an electric bottle brush
So stupid.
Yeah, send
that
it back.
somebody bought for us.
You don't need to
Are
electrify.
you kidding me? I'm gonna wash 8,000 bottles
Like,
in
send it
10
back.
seconds.
It sounds like you're not.
Let's be clear.
Send it back.
I like smart house stuff. Like I have lights that are smart, and I have stuff that's smart in my house. For baby stuff, it doesn't need to be smart. It doesn't need to be electric. It just needs to be it just needs to be a thing that does the thing. Like a bottle wash brush, you put it in the bottle, you go, you pull it out, you're done.
That was
That's
my
easy.
thing. Was like with the electric one. Like, how many times am I gonna not even turn it on and just
Right.
like use it as a normal bottle
Right.
brush?
It's like I don't know. Somebody will say that. Somebody will go, well, if it's an electric one, you can use it, and then if it stops working, then it just becomes a regular brush. And I go,
You spent twice the money. On
it's like you just wasted your money. Like, what are you doing? You just wasted your money.
Yeah.
And it's the concept of like, stop trying to electrify things to make your life
Yeah.
easier. Your life is gonna suck. Making a brush electric doesn't make it easier. They're tricking you to make you think your life will be easier, but you still have to wash the motherfucking bottles. Okay,
Yeah.
and that's the hard part, not the fact that it doesn't spin.
Right,
The
it's
hard
like-
part is washing bottles while there's a baby crying and you're exhausted and you just want to eat dinner and like go to bed. That's the hard part, not the fact that it doesn't spin.
Yeah.
It's like the manual toothbrush versus the electric toothbrush. You still got to brush your fucking teeth.
Right, you
Yeah.
still got to do it.
So I actually have one that I thought about on the way here, because we're getting ready to start setting up our cars with the car seats and everything. Do you think it's a necessity to get like they make like those seat covers for the car seat to like put them on the seats? Because I've seen people's seats after you take like the car seat base out and everything, and it tends to like ruin fabric seats. Like it leaves like indents and things like that. And the seat covers are supposed to be like a little bit padded, so it prevents a lot of that.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a
maybe,
necessity?
So maybe that will protect the seats for a little bit. But you know what else destroys seats in cars?
Shit and
fucking
vomit.
children. Like,
Yeah.
So it's like it's your
So
car,
like that's like the least of your
like
worries.
your car is gonna get destroyed by kids.
Yeah.
Right. Like I mean, like the food and the shit and the throw up and the whatever. It's like, just be ready for it.
Yeah, I would be against. I would say like if you have a really nice car, that's a bummer. Like, or I guess good for you.
Right.
I guess good for
Get
you.
another, sell it
But it's
and get
you're-
two.
Like just wait 10 years or 11 years or 12 years and then get just get a new
Yeah.
car. Like when it's gone through its paces, it's hard to save you kind of just have to accept that like stuff's going to get wrecked, including cars. Speaking of car though, I will throw a little bonus one in here, which is absolute essential to have a diaper changing emergency pad, wipes, dipes in every vehicle. Put them in caches like you're
Yeah.
waiting for the end of the world, because whenever you need one of those things, you want it to be like right there. You don't want to be
Yeah.
like, I forgot the backpack. Oh my! Like that is a major
like a little
key.
was-
diaper caddy with wipes.
Yeah, that
changing
was
pad.
that was something that Trey told me like from the beginning, is like make sure in both cars that you have like almost like an emergency like go bag. And like I was like figuring out like, where am I going to put this? Like, well, there's already like not enough space for everything I'm going to need. Well, the Rams have a little like toolbox down there, so one of those is going to become like my emergency diapers,
Yeah.
wipes.
I just put mine in the
changing
back
pad.
of the seats.
Just make sure that you're like updating the diapers as the diapers
Yeah, yeah,
change. Cause but it is so, I can't tell you how many times I go like you think it's not going to happen, and it like always happens, where it's like you go to the grocery store and you're like, I'm just going to the grocery store, it's 5 minutes up the road, like I don't need to bring the whole diaper bag, and like like as soon as you get there, they shit. And it's like, it's ridiculous. And so like I'm like changing her on the truck bed. Having a truck is great too. I have changed so many diapers on a truck bed, and I've been at gas stations and stuff because I'd rather change her on the truck bed than change her in a gas station bathroom. And I've seen people park next to me and they're changing their kid on like the back seat, and the back seats are like semi angled. They're not flat. And people tell me these stories of like, you take their diaper off, immediately they start peeing, and that seat's angled, so that is just dripping right down in the seat. So, having the truck, I've been so grateful to be able to change diapers on the truck bed.
Yeah.
We're all truck guys, so we're all
Yes.
we lucked into that.
Yeah, you guys
Truck
will
squad.
You guys will love that.
Yeah.
All right. So, is there anything else that y'all want to get out there?
Yeah,
Anything we missed?
I
real
have
quick?
a couple. I have a couple more. Necessity. I think a bottle sterilizer. We have not sterilizer. Is it sterilizer? Sanitizer. Whatever. I don't know what it is, but something like that. Where
It goes like this. It goes like this.
I don't know what
No,
it
it's
is, but it's super
it's
necessary.
it's a. I don't know the word. I don't remember the word. I think I said sterilizer at home, and Janie corrected me that it's
Sanitizer.
sanitizer.
Yeah.
But that is great because like you do want to have the cleanest bottles possible when you're feeding your children. So I would definitely get a sanitizer. And the nice part about them is it like sanitizes it, and then it also like dries them too. So like once that little timer's done, and you can do
Yep.
6 at a time or
And
whatever.
we've used the dishwasher also, and then taken them and put them in there to
Yeah.
just dry, because the dishwasher never gets it like dry.
and you can
enough,
put, and you can put everything in there. So I like pacifiers,
Yeah.
pump parts, right? Like you'll see like Janie has, we probably have 6 sets of pump parts, maybe 5, because like it's such a pain in the ass to clean them, and you pump so many times throughout the day, especially like now when she goes in the office, she's going through 3 or 4 pump sets in a day's work, and you're not cleaning them in the office.
Pro tip is don't get a big set of bottles until you know what bottle they like.
Yeah, so
That's it.
on the website that we use to make our registry, they actually have like a trial pack where it comes with like 5 or 6 different types of bottles, so that you can test each one out. Because I guess like every one of them like flows differently and they're
Yeah.
shaped different, so it's like we can test out each one
and
and see which ones they like, and then buy a ton of those.
I was one of those people that's like, how much you can tell as my sentiment to this whole conversation, how different could it be? But dude, like some it just didn't work.
Yeah.
It just did. I mean, I don't know why it just didn't work. Like he couldn't latch on to certain ones, and then other ones worked, and then we were just like, all right, once we knew. I think our mistake was once we knew, we didn't just buy like 20 and be like, all right, we got our like we were like trying to like rotate 5 like crazy people, and I'm like, let's just buy more. Like what are
Yeah.
we doing?
Yeah.
It's so much easier.
So yeah, that was a little weird for us, but you guys got it now.
Yeah, and then the other ones I'm going to talk about. These are non-essentials. Well, I want to get y'all's opinion on them. One, I think it's a non-essential, but we'll see what you guys think. A bottle warmer. You guys, you have one on your registry. You guys,
Bottle and wipe warmers, we were like, I don't care if it's hot or not. They're gonna if they're hungry, they're gonna eat.
Yeah.
So
With the bottle warmer, I like the idea of it. I think it probably. I mean, like, I'm sure the baby enjoys it more, but when they're hungry and they're screaming at the top of their lungs, I'm not taking the extra 5 minutes to put it in to make sure it's warm for them. Like you're gonna get fed.
I'm
right
sure
now.
there's somebody out there that's gonna be like, well, warm bottles promote whatever, and I'm gonna be like, dude, just give them.
Just email us and let us know.
email us, email me. It's like they're gonna eat.
I
Just let
will
them
say
eat.
the wipe warmer. You bring up the wipe warmer. I don't think it's necessary. I don't wipe my ass with warm wipes. So but the one thing I do like about the wipe warmer is I think it just looks nicer on the dresser than just like the pack of wipes. Like I think honestly, it's like the only reason we have the wipe warmer is I think it just looks nicer on the changing station.
yeah, so somebody gave us a wipe warmer, and
I gave you a wipe warmer.
Okay, there you go.
I had to.
So it's sitting on top of the dresser purely because it looks
It
better than
looks
just
better.
like a
Yeah.
pack
My
of
son
wipes.
likes to play with the wipes while I change his diaper. Like, he like crunch, 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 crunch. He likes that. So
Right, you don't need to buy a crunchy toy. You can just give him that.
that's what I'm saying. You don't need toys. I was about to say I was gonna give a non-essential, which is toys.
Yeah.
Not essential. You don't need toys.
Everything-
People will give you
everything's a
toys. Everything's a toy. Everything becomes a toy for the first year. So there you go. Cool.
My last one is socks. I have probably 100 pairs of socks. for my baby. She never had a sock on
And
her
by
foot her whole life.
extension, shoes.
Yes. No socks, no shoes. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your time. You're never going to put it. First of all, it's impossible to put them on them anyway because they all they do is move.
There you go.
But that's all I got.
All right. Well, I know I learned a lot because I'm not nearly prepared to make a registry apparently. But hope everybody else learned some stuff too. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Go ahead and check us out. Obviously on the YouTube or Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Check out our Instagram, TikToks, all the good stuff. Let us know in comments if you actually want that Bad Dad Advice merch. We'll make it if you want it.
I'll give you this one, the one I've been drinking out of. I won't even wash it. I'll give you this one.
And that's pretty much it. We're going to get out of here. We'll see y'all next week. Hope y'all enjoyed it.